How long do we have to stay in the dark?
Until the end of the episode. We want them to be surprised, don't we?
Oh yeah, I'm just wondering what that smell is.
That's my fiance's cologne. He thought he'd dress up for the occasion.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
No one can see you. We're in the dark.
I could have swore I just heard voices. Welcome to my 50th episode, everyone. It's hard to believe that I made so many of these comic reviews, and while I know the majority of them were from Marvel Comics, I still try to look at comics both good and bad. I have to admit the good comics have outweighed the bad ones I've covered. I just like celebrating the medium more than I like tearing it down. Oh, I will call out bad comics, don't get me wrong. I also tend to focus on Marvel because it's what I know, and to celebrate the 50th episode, we're going to talk about something else I know very well. Star Wars. 2 down, 1 to go. All I need now is a Doctor Who comic. I've had a long history with Star Wars, going back to when I first saw Return of the Jedi in theaters. Sure, I was very young and had no idea what was going on, but I liked it all the same. The aliens were interesting, the story was great, and our hero, Luke Skywalker, became one of my all-time favorite heroes. My father introduced my brother and me to all kinds of sci-fi things over the years, and along with Star Trek, Star Wars became one of the cornerstones of my science fiction experience. That was until a good friend of mine introduced me to Doctor Who. The cornerstones then became a trifecta of awesome. I would also be remiss if I didn't mention that 2017 is the 40th anniversary of that time we went to a galaxy far, far away and marveled at what George Lucas had created. Lucas created a wonderful universe full of memorable characters and not so memorable ones. Jar Jar notwithstanding, Star Wars became a phenomenon in 1977 and spawned movies, games, comics, toys, and books. Over time, it earned a place next to the other science fiction classics from Star Trek to Doctor Who. A couple of years ago, Disney acquired LucasFilm, and like the title call said, we weren't sure what to expect next. Movies, cartoons, and all kinds of things were of course going to be made. Then we found out that Marvel Comics had planned to do comics based on the series. Fans, as you can imagine, were hesitant. To kick off the new line of Star Wars comics, one taking place just after the original Star Wars debuted. And according to the mouse, it's canon. Seriously, everything produced now is considered canon to the franchise. That won't get confusing at all. For now, let's stick with the comics, shall we? Is the Force strong with this comic, or should we toss it into the Sarlacc pit? Let's take a look and find out. Interesting this cover is. Heroic the main cast looks. I'm not gonna talk like Yoda the entire time. That would get old really fast. I will say that I like how the main characters are front and center with X-Wings and TIE Fighters behind them. It's very eye-catching. In a way, it sort of reminds me of the original Star Wars poster. The only difference here is that Luke looks battle-ready and very much like he did in Return of the Jedi. This comic takes place between the original movie and Empire Strikes Back, remember? Luke, you are not a Jedi yet. We turn the page and... oh, it's gonna start like the movies did. Cool. Let me add some music to these pages. That was sorely needed. If you're gonna have a scene like that in your comic, you need to have music. It's John Williams or nothing. Our story begins with the Tatooine shuttle headed for what looks like a barren planet. They have just been cleared for landing at Docking Bay 94. Weapons Factory Alpha. If they deviate from the flight plan, they will be obliterated. Wow, the Empire doesn't mess around with supply ships, do they? The ship descends to what looks like an Imperial factory. I'm guessing this is where they build their expendable TIE fighters and stuff. The shuttle lands and we're greeted by a guy who already doesn't like them, as he calls them Outer Rim scum. I see the Empire's informative action programs are going so well. He then orders his stormtroopers to kill them if anything appears out of the ordinary. If one toe is out of line, Lord Vader is gonna force choke me. He already did that to my friend George. Poor guy never saw it coming. Well, then again, he did like to question everything. It's kind of annoying that way. No faith at all. Once the ship's doors open, he's all smiles and greets everyone warmly. His name is Overseer Agadine, and wants to know who he's addressing. Someone walking down the ramp explains how he's the emissary of Jabba the Hutt. We scroll down and see Han Solo, R2-D2, and a couple of guards. Oh, this is gonna get awesome fast. Where's my popcorn? Han greets Agadine with his usual charm and wit, and apparently they never heard of Solo in these parts. Like I said, this is gonna get awesome fast. I stand corrected. Some bug-eyed alien recognizes Solo as someone with a huge bounty on his head. Our hero can explain, but Aggie here wants to keep moving. He's then told that his bodyguards must keep their weapons at the gate. After all, he doesn't want to sour negotiations. Above the factory, Chewbacca waits for his orders, and one of the guards orders everyone to hold their position. C-3PO expected everyone to be killed on sight. Ever the optimist, eh, 3PO? The droid is amazed at how well the plan's going, and rambles until he's shut up. He's just glad everyone's working like a fine, oiled machine. After all, he has a good feeling about this. C-3PO and good feelings do not belong together. Everybody, run! Aggie takes the group in, and we see the droids hard at work making worthless cannon fodder for the Empire. He asks Han and the group if they are ready for some serious negotiating. Oh no, this isn't gonna be like the Phantom Menace, is it? Han lays on the charm and insists that while Jabba is hard to bargain with, he's the one who taught him everything he knows. The problem is that there will be no bargaining here. The negotiator will deliver the terms, and they must be accepted, or pay the consequences. Sounds like this guy would fit right in Washington. It turns out they have to accept the terms since they're the biggest factory in the galaxy. They don't have time to bargain with any Hutt or 2-bit smuggler. Han simply replies, "And yet, here we are." Han taunts the guy with how desperate the Empire must be now since the Death Star exploded in their faces, and because of that, their resources have been diminished. Talk about throwing shade and dropping the mic at the same time. Could someone get the lights, please? Anybody? Kinda dark in here. Aggie is visibly annoyed as he tells Solo to wait for them inside some room. It's well shielded and our hero prefers some noise. Solo mentions to him that they aren't really here to negotiate. He motions to R2-D2 and the droid starts leaking fluids while turning on a taser. Thankfully, he just uses the taser on the wet floor to electrocute some stormtroopers. You don't want to know what I was really thinking his plan was. The troopers are distracted and Han's guards take them out. Aggie's shocked and wants to know what kind of envoy this is. Han simply replies, "The rebellious kind," as the guards are revealed to be Luke and Leia. Gotta pause here for a second and say I really love the art. They actually captured the actors' likenesses really, really well in this comic. Look at Carrie Fisher. Good job, comic. Han demands to know where the power core is, and Aggie isn't budging because they doomed themselves on the most heavily guarded base in the galaxy. There's no hope for escape. R2-D2, being the badass he is, turns his taser on. The guy's eyes widen and he points in the direction they need to go. I thought the Empire didn't negotiate, buddy. Good work, R2. Phase 2 of the Rebels' quest is about to begin, and Solo wants to know the condition of the Millennium Falcon. His ship is in working order despite being parked in what looks like a scrap heap. Did Chewie assume no one else would notice? Wow, look at all the TIE fighter debris. 3PO actually makes a joke and comments at how easy it was for people to mistake the ship for garbage. As you can imagine, Han doesn't take the jibe lightly. It turns out there are sentries in the area, and the droid isn't sure how long he can remain undetected. Han tells him to just be ready with the autopilot. Luke and the others are on the lookout for stormtroopers as Han examines the central power station. Han is rigged to place the blow, and Luke senses something using the power of the Force. He hears a tiny voice call out in terror and was suddenly silenced. "Help us," it says. "This place is run by Jawa slave labor. I knew it." I wasn't far off. Luke heads down a flight of stairs and discovers a cell full of aliens. And yes, there are a few Jawas thrown into the mix. The young Jedi goes to help the captives when someone shouts, "Hey!" He turns around and sees a guy who is late for a LARP party or a comic convention by the looks of his armor. Luke tries the old Jedi mind trick on him, and since he only had the Force abilities for a short time, it works about as well as you could expect. The guy thinks Luke is reaching for his blaster and turns on some kind of electro whip. 2 months in a row with people using that kind of weapon. I guess there was a sale or something. Luke assures the guard that he's not reaching for a blaster. He turns on his lightsaber and we get treated to a dazzling array of panels. Once the dust settles, a hand is on the floor and the young Jedi frees the slaves. That's one Star Wars trope down. Many more to go. We are then treated to an awesome splash page of Luke asking them to follow him to freedom. This heroic moment is somehow made funnier with the addition of the guy behind him, writhing in pain. He definitely should have stayed in bed this morning and called in sick. Gotta hand it to that guy, huh? Oh, that was bad. Han and the others have set the charges for 10 minutes. Leia thanks him and he replies, "Wait until we're a few light years away before you can thank me properly." He then wonders where the kid wandered off to. They have a touching scene here. Well, by touching I mean the typical Leia and Han banter the series is known for. Just kiss already, guys. But yeah, Leia argues that Han didn't have to put his face out there and have everyone else see that he's part of the rebellion. She wants to know why and asks what he really wants. Before he can answer, Luke asks if everyone is ready to go. He brought along some passengers. Han's like, "Great, I'm an intergalactic taxi service now." Actually, he's glad more people will be joining them. He radios 3PO and tells him to hit the autopilot. Chewie then informs the crew that a ship is coming. I can hear the Imperial March right now. If only I could use it. Stormtroopers on the ground await the arrival of the negotiator. We turn the page and it's Darth Vader. "Hey Annie, this planet has a lot of sand. Are you gonna be okay?" The rebels are shocked by Vader's arrival, and Leia orders Chewie to take a shot as soon as it's clear, even though Han wants him to stand down. Killing Vader is more important, and I guess the Wookiee agrees with her as he aims his gun. He fires, and the lasers are miraculously deflected by the Sith Lord. Chewie then fires again. This time Vader has 2 human shields intercept the blast. Unwilling human shields, I might add. More guys are being used to deflect the blast. At this rate, he's gonna run out of stormtroopers. Wow, look at this mess. I know I shouldn't be upset, but talk about expendable. Darth Vader doesn't play. Vader looks up and Chewie sees that he finally has a clear shot. No more expendables. No more Mr. Nice Wookiee. It's time to take out that pod racing weirdo once and for all. Or not. The Dark Lord of the Sith moves Chewbacca's perch around and causes it to collapse. He then gets out in the nick of time. Vader tells 2 remaining stormtroopers to go after him when they explain the situation. The Overseer is gone and the place is rigged to blow. He then declares it's an attack by the rebels. Or disgruntled droids, you never know. He then senses something. The rebel pilot who destroyed the Death Star is on the moon. He will not escape Vader again. I'm sure he won't find Luke. That would be breaking canon. Inside the factory, Han tries to call Chewie when the alarms go off. They're gonna have to blast their way out of there, and to do it, they need the Falcon. So he calls 3PO, and it seems that he's having problems of his own. The autopilot's not working, and something outside is preventing the ship from moving. The Millennium Falcon's getting picked apart by scavengers, and Han wants him to go out there and stop them. Naturally, the droid is taken aback by such a statement. I mean, what is he, a battle droid? Han mentions a blaster in the cockpit and tells him to do what he has to do. $100 says he gets dismantled by the scavengers. Back in the factory, the stormtroopers have found the rebels and a gunfight has ensued. This seems vaguely familiar as Han leads everyone into a small room. According to Leia, the group's trapped, but Han has an idea. They're going to use newly minted Imperial walkers to escape. It's the walking thingies! I always wanted one of those when I was a kid. Yes, I know what they're really called. Leia wants to know if he can drive the thing. He can drive just about anything. Before they can go, there's still one person missing. Luke. Where is he? $100 more says he goes looking for Vader. That was a safe bet, wasn't it? He walks the halls and hears the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Luke tells Ben he's here. The man who murdered him and his father. He has to face him and end the saga before it begins. He turns on his lightsaber, and Obi-Wan says to listen to him very carefully. Our comic then ends with the young Jedi confronting Vader as Obi-Wan tells Luke, "Run." Looks like the canon was broken, but in a fun way. Let's take a closer look at the comic. As I said earlier, when I saw Luke and everyone, I liked how each actor's likeness was perfectly captured here. I wish we could say the same for other comic adaptations of television shows and movies. They just don't seem to have the knack for getting likenesses down. The art is wonderful as it shows a great deal of time and effort went into making these characters seem real. They look and seem to act just like the characters we see on the screen. On the writing side of things, I think the characters are well written. Solo and Leia had that famous banter and on-screen chemistry here. R2-D2 rocks as always. 3PO whines and complains. Luke is a brash Jedi in training. I just wish we got more of Chewbacca. I've always liked that Wookiee. The book, like many others these days, was obviously written for the trades. That's why we got that cliffhanger. I would say it violates canon by having Luke meet Vader before The Empire Strikes Back, but does it really? If anything, it probably adds more to that famous scene where Luke is hanging on for dear life in that shaft. It doesn't seem so random now that Vader has motivation to find the pilot. It's probably here that he put two and two together for all we know. Overall, I would say that this comic and others are a welcome addition to the franchise. The books dig deeper into the lore of the Star Wars universe, and the series about Princess Leia and Darth Vader are definitely worth your time and money. I don't really have any complaints about the series or having Marvel publish the comics. They've done excellent work with licensed properties in the past with comics like Transformers and G.I. Joe. This issue alone could be a decent jumping on point for new readers and children who are just getting into the franchise thanks to their parents and other relatives who grew up with the series. With all the confusion about what is and isn't canon in Star Wars now that Disney has bought LucasFilm, it's good to see some good come out of it. In addition to the films, books, and toys, younger readers can read comics about the universe we loved when we were that age. As Darth Vader once said, the circle is now complete. Star Wars has stood the test of time, and it's no wonder it's held in the same regard as Star Trek, Doctor Who, and every other science fiction thing out there. If you pick up the Star Wars comics today, you may find yourself revisiting that galaxy far, far away, or get introduced to the phenomenon that everyone raved about all your life. I can't recommend these comics enough. Check them out, and happy 40th anniversary, Star Wars. May the Force be with you. Looks like Disney is 2 for 2 when it comes to their purchases. My 50th episode is running a little light, huh? I guess I'll end it here. See you next.
Not so fast.
Brian?
You didn't think we'd let you end this episode without some cameos, did you? I've got some people here with some messages for you in honor of your 50th episode.
Kind of like your 50th episode?
Yeah, but I think these people actually mean it.
Hi, Chris. I just wanted to say congratulations on 50 episodes. I know I have my own show. I've had a couple of shows in the past, but I have never gotten anywhere near to 50 episodes. So I know how much dedication that takes, and I'm really proud of you, buddy. You've come a long way, and just watching from your first episode to now, it's changed like so much. You're just so much more natural in front of the camera. Maybe because you're more comfortable with it. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for letting me be part of this. Thank you for letting me cameo for you whenever you need some stupid funny thing. I still remember when you made me wear a suit and had me say that I was like, what, president of Channel Awesome? That was funny. It was a good idea. I love alternate storyline stuff, and you had a good idea with that, so congratulations with that. Anyway, I feel like I'm getting away from the point. You are one of my closest friends, and honestly, you come a long way, and it's really fantastic to see. So I just want to say, keep up the good work. Here's to 50 more episodes. And yeah, I will see you on your next anniversary, or your next milestone, I should say. And if you ever need me, man, you know where to find me. All right. Peace out, and I'll see you around the campfire.
Hey, Chris, it's Laura. Wow, 50 episodes already. And that means 50 scripts that I've been helping you with. That's really a lot. But anyway, congratulations, and here's hoping for 50 more in the future. Take care.
Congratulations on your 50th episode.
Congratulations on 50 episodes! I remember my 50th episode. Those chickens still haunt my nightmares.
Hey Seafarer, Kira Kennedy here. Just wanted to congratulate you on 50 episodes of Comic Showcase. It's an awesome show, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Really? Dude, I'm sorry, but could you please stop sending me Fantastic Four movies? I already had to sit through Rise of the Silver Surfer with you. Haven't I suffered enough?
Sup, Chris? It's Ink. Just wanted to congratulate you on the 50 episodes thing, and probably also saving the world. That was kind of an accomplishment. And yeah, I should probably apologize for the whole Hydra misunderstanding too while I'm at it. Anyway, dude, keep up the good work. Ink out.
Hey dude, you've hit 50 episodes. Holy that is amazing. 50 episodes, so that oh god, I don't even have the words to express the pure congratulations I have for your face. Good job, man. And keep it going, keep it strong. Hopefully you'll get through 50 more. Cheers.
Hey Severa, it's Miss Nightmare from Miss Night Reviews. I'm wishing you a happy 50th episode. I was surprised you're able to get this long. I hope you're able to get to 100 more, even to 500. Again, if that's from the Car Struck record, he can get to that far. So we'll see how it goes for you. So happy 50th.
Hey Seafarer, Zenith will rule here. I wanted to tell you congratulations on reaching 50 episodes. 50 is such a huge milestone for your channel. 50 is big, and don't let anybody else tell you it's not big. 50 is a big number. It takes a lot to reach that amount, and it's been such fun cameoing on your show and being a part of your show in the past. Here's to 50 more episodes, here's to 100 more episodes, here's to more of the Pimp Hand, here's to more of History of One Pants, here's to all the in-jokes that we have made while I have cameoed on your show, and thank you for making me a part of it. I'm always happy to help. Sorry that I've been so busy lately, but I'm always happy to be a part of it, and just keep on doing it. Keep on doing it because this is something that you love. This is something that we love. So thank you, and here's to some more.
Oh man, thanks for setting that all up. It's good to know that I have some amazing friends.
we're not done yet. There's still someone here who wants to say a few words.
Who?
Another Channel Awesome contributor who you've had dealings with?
Mars Girl? Linkara? Is it Linkara? I know he's a busy guy and all, but...
No, he's waxing his new starship. Someday I'll be able to afford my own. Someday. And then, Linkara, I will crush you for stranding me on this... Sorry. Anyway.
Who is it?
Hello!
My other boss is here. He can't know that I have Daredevil next to the superior Netflix series on my shelf.
Very funny, Chris. I figured I'd show up and see what you've been doing when you haven't been helping me, and, nice setup you got there.
Oh, it's not much. Everyone gets a good look at my closet door every month.
Congratulations, Chris, on your 50th episode. This is a huge accomplishment, and you've always been such a great friend to me. You've listened to me whenever I've had problems, you've read through my scripts, you've looked through my work in progress videos. I've subjected you to the likes of Fat Slags, The Cavern, and Strange Wilderness, which I really apologise for, but it just goes to show how much of a great friend you've been to me all these years. I mean, as you know, we go way, way back, and I want to thank you for everything that you've done for me over the years. And honestly, you've earned this. Really, honestly earned this. So, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. Well, I guess that's it for this episode. It's been really fantastic. I really appreciate all the messages and support everybody gave me over the years and in this video. Well, there's nothing else to say, but I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, and I will,
Whew! Sorry I'm late. Man, you would not believe how much wax you need to cover a spaceship of that size. Heh, double entendre.
Linkara?
Hey man, just wanted to offer you my congratulations on reaching such a big milestone. I mean, you've come a long way since you first started, and, yeah. That's it. That's all I gotta say. What do you want? I don't have much to say. I'm not that much of a windbag. Yes, I am. Bye.
That was totally awesome. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Show off. Chris, don't you buy what he's selling. I forbid you to talk to him, young man.
Oh, and Brian doesn't get a spaceship.
Don't make me the Spidey in your Civil War, guys. See you on the funny pages, and thanks for sticking with me for 50 fantastic episodes.